Man who tried to cross ocean in human hamster wheel. Banned from sea. Every night this guy messages me what he's eating for dinner. Every single night. For 27 months straight. Alright, who the hell thought it would be funny to steal my door handle? Just stole some door handle off this ugly Mustang. An embroidered QR code jacket patch brought me here. I told this girl I missed her, and she replied, "Oh, guys, what zone is this?" Ozone. Colorado runner kills mountain lion with bare hands after it attacks him. Imagine putting a cougar in a triangle choke on your morning jog. I would talk my mouth forever. So me and my boyfriend wanted to see what our future baby would look like. And let me tell you, you paid 99 cents for a baby generator for this. This man caught the Google Maps bus and dabbed down the entire length of the street. Last year I forgot to get batteries for my niece's toy. So this year she got me this. Gift not included. Take your smileys from normal to unsettling in one easy step by putting just a little too much effort into the eyes. What the hell? Okay, but Florida man wears screw the police shirt to court and wins the case. There's over the top, then there's this cake. This is where the Great Wall of China ends, so you can just go around it. I've hit 2 deer in a month while commuting to work, and my boss thought it would be funny to put this on my backup camera in the rental car I'm driving. I nearly pooped myself. There's a lot to discuss here. It's the American-Canadian border. What's the most unprofessional thing you've done at work? I once ordered myself a pizza, made it delivery order. I was the driver, then pretended like I was going to drop it off, but really I went home and ate it. I just got accepted into Oxford University. Yes, see you in October. Who said I was going to accept? Am I the only one that finds it weird that I can transfer data from my brain to someone else by opening my mouth and pushing air with vibrations in their direction? I have a mini skeleton and you don't. False. I remember one time my friend got a girl's number that worked at McDonald's, and this guy sent her a text next day saying, "Mc morning," and she left him on red. When I was in 8th grade, this kid used to ask the bathroom all the time just to leave. He didn't really have to go. One day the teacher said, "Just pee your pants," and he said, "Okay," and did it right there at his desk. I will never forget you, Jason. That was so cool. My friend just waited 20 minutes for the employee to leave just to do this. Arguably goated bug. Not scary at all, and low-key kinda cute. Just chills and eats plants, stays in its own lane. Every year on my birthday, I take a bite out of this windowsill because I get so excited. Went into a mall that was pretty much abandoned today, and they put mannequins on the non-functional escalators just to make my shopping experience that much apocalyptic. I have been asked so many times in my comments, especially on YouTube, to go to hell. Now as I'm here, it's a lot colder than expected. This guy had checks of him and his new wife printed so he could write alimony checks to his ex, windows, doors. Sometimes when my girl makes me mad, I upload pictures with her forehead edited to be slightly bigger. The police just pulled me over. He came to my window and said, "Papers." I said, "Scissors." I won and drove off. I think he wants a rematch because he's been chasing me for 45 minutes. Safety standards in 1960s. Cobra bites man. Man bites back and kills a cobra. I need to delete this app. Reddit or Tinder. Yes, he actually did it. The absolute madman. I saw a guy at Starbucks today. No iPhone, no tablet, no laptop. He just sat there, drinking coffee, like a psycho. Good news. I got a tiny printer so family members who aren't on Twitter can enjoy my best tweets. Me. The shop has everything my heart desires. Spooky shopkeeper. Yes, I will warn you. Every item comes with a price. Yes, I know how shops work. I was about to pay my rent and my unborn son handed me this cash and said, "Mom, it's time for me to start carrying my own weight. I got this. I love my son." My dad just called me to tell me he went viral on Twitter. He was serious. I asked him how many likes he got. He said 30. So I've been doing this fun thing where I take cool pictures of my friends and reverse Photoshop them onto a green screen. I consider myself a visionary and pioneer. Kid pulled my wings off. This actually made me really upset. Well, why wouldn't it? You cut off the poor guy's wings. Found this YouTuber who traps his villagers like zoo exhibitions and made his visitors change into children's uniform for the tour. What's funnier than waiting a year? Waiting 3 years. My husband apologized 3 times for putting my water glass in the dishwasher, and now I'm wondering what kind of monster I am. I went to a rainforest cafe and our table was right next to that thing. I mean, how can you eat when that thing is looking at you like that? Overheard neighborhood story. First person. My husband goes out and hoots at the owls every night around 8 and it answers. Second person. My husband goes out and hoots at the owls every night and it answers. I want a lifetime supply of donuts, up to a dozen per day, at a local bakery, and it lasted up to 2 years until the original owner died and his son took over the business. So it was still a lifetime supply, just not yours. Top G Monkey. Who else peels their strawberries? Weirdos. I'm not convinced these two don't drive around together Twitter just to make everyone laugh because I know I would. Peekaboo, I see you. My 6-year-old asked if spiders can swim, and I'm too afraid to Google the answer because if they can, I just don't see myself swimming ever again. And here you can see where we decided to put little pepperonis all over the plane so it would taste better. Daniel Radcliffe came to aid of mugging victim. Please no, I have a family. Mugger. Lol, who's going to save you? Harry Potter? Emerging from the shadows. Oh, you fucking guessed it, buddy. Minions are all males because they're stupid and dumb, says their creator. I'm pretty upset thinking about chickens today. What the hell kind of soup do they eat when they get sick? Also, shout out to that one guy from my literature class that plagiarized the entirety of Finding Nemo for his final project down to every single plot point, but made Nemo a turtle and still passed. Movie theater employees hate this simple life hack. Could be the greatest thing I've seen. Things I hate: vandalism, lists, irony, lists, repetition, inconsistency. I just had 2 kids playing outside and one goes, I do not fear the dark side. Then another kid goes, you should. And then I just hear a whack noise and then crying. I eat loose grapes from your store all the time and you can't do anything about it. Watch out guys, we're dealing with a badass over here. When I see a really attractive person, I just laugh because I know if we lived in the Aztec culture, they would be sacrificed to the gods for their beauty. It's a very strange way of coping with not being really attractive. Works for me. This isn't my Reddit account. My coworker has left himself logged in at work and now I'm posting this on his behalf. Sorry. I will log you out after this. Man spends 2 years building tunnel from house to shed to avoid rain. Mind-reading brain implants allows paralyzed man, 34, who can't speak or move to communicate with family for the first time in years. And one of his first requests is for a beer. Buy a 365 near identical solid color shirts that range through the entire color spectrum in a loop. It will appear as though you wear the same color shirt every day, but in photos from previous months, you will be wearing a completely different color. I'm so in. AirPods ain't enough. I need the music in my bloodstream. My grade 8s asked me how many boyfriends I've had in my life, so I started counting. When I reached 4, one kid shouted, she's made for the streets. First person to tell me what animal this is gets 500 rewards. Capybara, my boy. 20 girls in my dorm legitimately hate me because when they asked the group me where a party was, I gave them the address to Wendy's and they went. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look to the right side of the aircraft, you will notice a flight is challenging us to a race. I've turned the fasten seatbelt back on because shit is about to get real. Discord, I'm experiencing a strange bug. I asked my friends if they want to call and then their profile goes offline. This would make a cool background. Local fox mum teaches her kids how to scream at fish. 2 days ago, I named my Wi-Fi Hack It If You Can. Yesterday, it was changed to Challenge Accepted. What's the creepiest monster you've encountered in a game? Microtransactions. Waffle House customer cooked his own food while overnight staff was sleeping. Never going to Supercut again. I asked them to give me a trim and look what they did to me. Why is there a literal cube of snow downtown? Literal cube in downtown. Mind your own business. People who actually used a pen from start until it lost ink without losing them. How the hell did you do it? My friend has so many pens, I can't count them. She uses them all until there's no ink. I asked her the same thing. She said, simple, I'm not an idiot, and I've never been more offended in my life. I walked into health and screamed, and the teacher goes, you're the 7th person today. The CPR dummies. Jesus, they're calling mother for food. Guy joined Zoom class shirtless, and the tutor told him to turn his video off, and so he did. And it just displayed his profile picture of him shirtless at the beach. That's your first comment in 4 years. Took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say. This is a good reason to always carry sidewalk chalk in the car. I'm so mad about this, I'm going to sidewalk chalk about it. It's an impulse that speaks to me. Just realized that King Kong was a legendary simp for sacrificing himself to a woman he can't even do the deed with. My brother discovered that if you order a shake at Sonic and ask them to put a corn dog in it, they will in fact do it. I thought she was wearing a black dress with her hands on her hips. It's called this. So I come in here a few months ago and bought this, and the antenna's already falling off. Can I upgrade it to an Apple? The guy wants to be mad, but can't. My roommate tried telling me that I'm schizophrenic, but joke's on him, I don't even have a roommate. Haha, my husband insisted he got a custom sword for our wedding, and all of the men in the room were in awe of him that day. A month and a half into quarantine, and the herbs are no longer mixed. This song makes me want to order a Lego set without my parents' permission. What are some of the best responses to when someone tells they did your mother? At least I know someone has disappointed her more than me. 9-year-old me, after saying bad morning to the teacher. Minneapolis ice cream truck plays extreme metal, serves no ice cream. A Nigerian man tried to climb onto an airplane's wings to hitch a free ride. Me realizing that my ex cheating on me with his mother is something that I should probably go to therapy for, and not something that I joke about with my friends. The first act of racism my brother ever experienced was my dad filming the wrong Asian boy during his school play. The airport security officer looking at me after I whispered, "Don't be a hero," in his ear. Today in office fridge war crimes, someone on my floor has reported that someone stole their pickle juice. Not the pickles, just the juice, and put the dry pickles back in the fridge. Cat needs glucose drip after getting with 5 females in single night. But did your prom date run 5.5 miles to ask you? I overheard my buddy's neighbor say she had a bad day, so I anonymously sent her a meat lover's pizza. She's a vegan and I hate her guts. Fan who had a stroke uses first words in 3 months to abuse rival football fans. Tonight while I was umpiring 9 and under baseball, a little kid was struck out and started to cry on his way to the dugout, and his teammates went to pick him up and he goes, "Guys, I'm fine. I'm just crying so my mom will buy me ice cream." My husband keeps challenging himself to make the smallest origami crane he can, and it's getting kind of ridiculous. My funeral, 2 identical coffins, open to display, 2 identical bodies. Preacher steps up to the podium. Family and friends, it is times like these when we need to ask ourselves the difficult question, is it cake? Woman arrested for calling her ex-boyfriend 77,000 times in a week. I can just imagine the conversation with her right before the officer to get her into her holding cell. Is there anybody who you want to make a phone call? Can I call my boyfriend? Throwback to when my friend showed me his jailbroken Wii, and this was one of the playable characters in Mario Kart. When I'm hungry and my friends are taking too long to decide where to eat, why does asking for the money back that you're owed feel like a crime? No, never was a problem for me. I used to lend money in high school. If they didn't pay, I would pop their kneecaps with my gun. I got called a boomer by a pissed off 13-year-old boomer. I turned 20 today and my daughter turns 1. We have the same birthday. Look what my dad did. Men of Reddit who don't comment on posts. Why don't you? Like, for real, it's fun. Without using numbers. How old are you? 31. Now listen here, you little Absolute myth that us young folk are the ruder generation. I just offered a prehistoric dinosaur my seat and she replied, "I've got legs, you know. Haha, you won't in a minute, you old bat." I plugged the Apple instead of my phone. Are you serious? My professor has got jokes. Final exam. Clickable link. Hyperlink. Clicks. Rickroll. Does Oppenheimer have a post-credit scene? You're living in it, baby. Binman fuming at no shorts rule. Tons up for work in heatwave wearing high-vis kilt. Men can literally have an apartment like this and see no problem. Children with strict parents. I ask you, what's the most rebellious thing you've done as a teenager? Nice try. You cannot fool me into confessing, Dad. Lol, you really think your daddy's using Reddit? Paranoid much. John Dillinger, a Depression-era gangster, survived a shootout with the FBI, escaped from jail using a wooden gun, robbed multiple police stations, had plastic surgery to remove his fingerprints and change his face, and led the government on a year-long chase, which cost them 4 times more than he has ever stolen. When 2 city planners hate each other. I'm losing my mind over this. Which way are these stairs going? More fake costumes I left in a Halloween store. Someone on our server went on a bombing spree, so my friend and I decided to retaliate by encasing his entire base in solid block of obsidian. Homeboy gave her options. 10 years ago today, I married my best friend. My wife is still really angry about it, but me and Dave were drunk, and I thought it would be funny. You have the ability to raise something by 0.1%. How do you cause the most chaos? Pie, you monster. Patty, you're a legend. What brought you to Florida? I threw a dart at the map, and it landed in a trash can. Legend has it, Joe is too edgy and mysterious to reply to comments. Bringer of lore debunked. Feral kitten loves my mum's 17-year-old dog. A piece that defines a generation. Okay, I have a question. When you're laying down, do you ever just put your hand up for no reason? No, just me. How are you tweeting and fighting? The same way you're tweeting and not getting women. What I want to know is how my stupid sister melted the oven tray, but the chicken nuggets are just chilling. When you're a kid, one teacher walking into another teacher's classroom is the biggest crossover event reality has to offer. My physics and English teacher hated each other, and the physics teacher made a habit of getting grades back to students as quickly as possible, and one day he just walked into her classroom and started handing back tests while she was trying to lecture. I've been building my son's trust for 2 years with high fives. Today I'm going to hit him with a "too slow. Welcome to the real world, son." I put the Sony PlayStation licensing sticker on my Nintendo 3DS. I've been photoshopping Skeletor into family vacation pictures for over a decade. My wife never noticed. One of her friends finally pointed it out and ruined my fun. My dog just farted on my phone. What do I do? Please help. Fart on your dog. Is establish yourself as alpha male. 2 years ago, I chased down a Google truck. Now it's permanently on the internet. Everyone makes mistakes, says teen who karate kicked 74-year-old man into a river. I want this song at my wedding, now to find someone to marry. Well, married yet. Yes, married, with 3 kids, a dog, and a pet lizard. No, not really. I think I found her. Thanks for your comments, everyone. Haha, did the wish come true? Yes, I got married on the 1st of May, 2020. Thanks, everyone. I do dumb stuff like eat in the dark with my flashlight on. Purchased a Sans Undertale plush for my classroom, and I've been torturing my students by pretending I don't know who he is. The look of pain on their faces when I tell them that his name is Sam is worth every dollar I spent on him. It costs like $500 to hire movers, and it's only $150 more to make them all wear FBI jackets. Are you ready? Doing makeup. Wait, you don't need makeup, honey. Oh, really? You need plastic surgery. Haha, broken arm go brrr. Cool gloves, but mine are cooler. Nobody likes moon pies. Yes, they do. Oh, so sales are booming? Yep. They should call you Moon Pie because nobody likes you. They should call you Kayla because that's how it's supposed to be spelled. Announced to my entire family that I am severing all ties with them, and this was my brother's response. I'm not reading all this. After years and years of research and development, drawing what I've learned in middle school over and over again, I am proud to announce an important discovery. The cool S, but round. Out of the 7.7 billion people on Earth, what do you think no one is doing right now? You. The first step to reducing your emissions is to know where you stand, find out your carbon footprint with our new calculator, and share your pledge today. I pledge not to spill 4.9 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. I don't want to end this year on bad terms with anyone. Apologize to me. At second wife with third wife, I finally found the bottom right corner of the Excel sheet. Pro tip, change the font color to white, put a 0 in that box, and if someone tries to print out the document, it will eat a ream of paper. I am going to be admitted to the hospital on Monday. 3 meals a day, medicine, examinations, constant care. I will never see a bill. Universal healthcare really is a must-have in modern society. Not a single usage of the letter F. Username checks out. Reese's making chocolate free or peanut butter cup. Can we get these dipped in chocolate? I'm going to watch Doctor Who in chronological order by the time period they travel to. The worst idea I've ever heard. I love it. I find calm men so attractive. I love the gentle aura. A man who doesn't yell at me when he's upset, who brings me peace and eases my anxiety. I just want to feel safe and calm. I am a calm man. A raging fire burns inside me though, and should I deem it necessary, I shall unleash it upon my enemies, and they will burn in my righteous rage. A penny found is worth more than a penny earned, because a penny earned is taxed. Huge shout out to the guy at the bar who said, I like your dress, man. And when I was like, I'm a man, but thank you, he was like, oh damn, I like your dress, homie. They keep calling me crazy. OMG, don't get sad, I am always here for you. Bro, they call me crazy, can you believe it? I tasted my deodorant for you. It was disgusting, like a banana dipped in gasoline. I hope you are happy now. Ordering a pizza at 11:35 a.m. I'm brilliant. This is my daughter and niece's first gymnastic lesson. They suck. When the new student from Australia is having trouble adapting to life at my US school, man edits a Wikipedia page to get backstage for a show. Last night someone edited our Wikipedia page to say he was our family, showed security at our show, got into the green room and had a beer with the boys. Spargo, you legend. Thanks for the evening, lads. My roommate got broken up with by text and just disliked the message. Your assignment has not been submitted yet. Email your assignment. Sir, I have a network problem. That's your problem. Sir, I have mailed my assignment. Hope you received it. I haven't received it. That's your problem. It's never too late to start believing in yourself. Vlad the Impaler didn't even start impaling people until his mid-30s. Cool. Things that will always sound sarcastic. Good for you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, right. Nice to know. Wow. Way to go. Totally. Okay, buddy. Not if you say man at the end. Okay, buddy man. I might not have thought that last one though. I love video games, mostly for one reason. They allow me to do things I can't do in real life. In Halo, I can shoot aliens and save the world. In GTA, I can steal nice cars. And in Mad Max, I can grow facial hair. Soft rocks. Can you imagine though? You send your enemies a rather large amount of these in various sizes. You leave no return address or explanation. They open the boxes to discover these wondrous pillows. They are reluctant to keep them, but eventually they give in and integrate them into their home, like the above pictures. After a few weeks or even months, they've gotten accustomed to having them in their home and routinely relax in a large pile of odd pillows using one. Until one night, you just take every single one back and replace them with actual rocks of the same dimensions, so that when it's time for them to relax and unwind from their day, they fall into a pile of hard, unmoving boulders. They break their spine and are paralyzed. You have won. What the hell is wrong with you? This was at my door. I'm dead. Dear neighbors, I hope this note finds you well. I feel like it is my duty to inform you that because of our son, Chris successfully accomplished his great goals for this semester. and so he is getting the drum set that we promised him. With that said, he will be practicing daily between the hours of 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., which sounds like a very big long time, but he is very passionate. Trust us that we are going to be just as annoyed as you are. Truthfully, we did not expect him to pull off the 3.7 GPA or higher goal, but the fucker pulled it off. Anyway, please reach out to us if the noise ever becomes too unbearable. Here's some tequila to help bear the pain. Please call anytime. The things we do for our kids. My wife asked if I had anything better to do than take a photo of my desk, just because it looked like outer space, so when she went to bed, I made it into this album cover and then recorded a song for it, then released it worldwide on Spotify, and it had 151,000 plays. Jesus. God bless me. Me and my friend had this 0.5% difference going on in middle school. I would score 90 and he would score 90.5. Around the middle of the year, I finally got a perfect score and could not help showing off to him, thinking that I finally broke the pattern. Then he showed me his 100.5. Turns out the teacher knew about our feud and gave him those extra 0.5 points just to mess with me. In one famous experiment, people were asked to sit quietly for 15 minutes in a room with nothing but their own thoughts. They also had the option to hit a button and give themselves an electric shock. Getting physically shocked is unpleasant, but many people preferred it to the emotional discomfort of boredom. Out of 42 participants, nearly half opted to press the button at least once, even though they had experienced the shock earlier in the study, and reported they would pay money to avoid experiencing it again. One male outlier opted to shock himself 190 times. I'm at a restaurant right now, and there's like a 16-year-old kid sitting at the table next to me, completely alone, with like 6 racks of ribs. He's eating like 1 rib every 10 seconds, and the poor server who was assigned to him has to keep getting him new ribs. I've been here for an hour, just watching this kid inhale ribs like he's gonna die the next day. He probably will, given the amount of hot sauce he put on them. I cannot stress enough that this is a stick-thin teenage child, sitting alone at a restaurant, absolutely going to town on these ribs. This child is eating like he's trying to personally rid the world of ribs. I've been timing him. He orders a full other rack of ribs every 2 minutes. This is insane. I don't know what to do. Today I learned Beethoven won a sight reading piano competition by turning his sheet music upside down, playing it, then improvising on one of its themes for 30 minutes. His opponent, Daniel Stilbelt, never returned to challenge him again. He didn't just turn his sheet music upside down. His sheet music was Daniel's discarded sheets, which he then played in reverse order. Just imagine being in a rap battle where your opponent just says everything you say, but backwards, picks one of your lines and builds an entire new verse off this one line, and then raps for half an hour from that one line. I would never come back either. Every single Friday, this kid just shows up dressed as Link. I love this school. Does he talk? He does, but whenever someone calls his name for roll call, he just goes, "Eh." What happened in this young man's life that made him think, damn, every Friday I'm going to go to school dressed as Link? Perhaps it was something in his past. Perhaps a link to his past. I think all exams should be open book. It increases note-taking skills that are actually used in life and the workplace, and it would decrease exam stress. It's unfair to assume all students can retain mass amounts of information. Exams should be application-based and not a memory test.